focusing on the three distinct types of Virgo, based on their birth date. But don't worry. We won't be just talking about astrological traits. We'll also explore how these traits can align with Buddhist wisdom and help you on your journey of self-improvement. Virgo is the sixth sign of the zodiac, symbolizing practicality, intellect, and precision. This earth sign is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, which is why Virgos are often recognized for their sharp analytical abilities. But here's the twist, there are actually three distinct types of Virgos, each defined by the specific dates of birth within the Virgo range. So, what makes them different? And how can understanding these differences help you better understand yourself and others? Today, we'll explore how each Virgo decan, or type, influences their personality, their strengths, and their challenges. And, by doing so, we'll also explore how their qualities can be harnessed for personal growth and spiritual enlightenment, much like the wisdom shared in Buddhist teachings. Before we begin, think about your own zodiac sign and your birth date. Do you recognize any of the qualities we'll discuss? Feel free to share them in the comments below. And let's see how closely these traits align with your own experiences. Understanding Virgo's influence. Virgo is known for being the perfectionist of the zodiac. People born under this sign often have a keen eye for detail, are incredibly organized, and thrive on structure. But not all Virgos are the same. This is where the concept of decanates comes in. A decanate is a subdivision of a zodiac sign. Each zodiac sign spans 30 degrees in the sky, and it is divided into 3 decanates, each covering 10 degrees. Each decanate is ruled by a different planet, which means that Virgos born under different decanates will exhibit distinct personality traits despite sharing the same sun sign. Now, as we explore the 3 types of Virgo, we'll see how their ruling planets, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn, shape their behavior, decision-making, and relationships. And, as we tie this to Buddhist wisdom, we'll focus on how understanding these differences can lead to better self-awareness and growth, just like the Buddhist practice of understanding the self. The 3 decanates of Virgo. The analyst, August 23rd to September 1st, ruled by Mercury. This type of Virgo is analytical, methodical, and deeply intellectual. Their strengths lie in their sharp communication skills and ability to organize and dissect complex problems. The sensitive one, September 2nd to September 11th, ruled by Venus. Virgos born under this decanate are more sensitive and attuned to beauty and harmony. They combine practicality with creativity and artistic vision, excelling in fields that require an eye for detail and aesthetic appreciation. The hard worker, September 12th to September 22nd, ruled by Saturn, the planet of discipline. These Virgos are known for their strong work ethic, responsibility, and perseverance. They are grounded and pragmatic, excelling in leadership roles and facing challenges head-on. In this video, we'll take a closer look at each of these types, exploring their strengths, challenges, and how they can use their innate qualities to achieve balance in their personal and professional lives. Bringing astrology and Buddhism together. Astrology provides us with a unique lens to understand our personalities, but the teachings of Buddhism offer a deeper perspective on how to work with these traits. Each Virgo type has a tendency towards certain behaviors and habits, some positive and some that can create obstacles in their journey. But just as Buddhism teaches us to observe ourselves with compassion and understanding, recognizing these traits can be the first step toward mindfulness and transformation. Whether you are a Virgo or not, the lessons from these decanates can offer valuable insights into how to improve your own life, enhance relationships, and find peace in your mind. We'll explore how Virgo's intellectualism, sensitivity, and work ethic can all be channeled for self-growth. by learning to balance these traits with Buddhist mindfulness and equanimity. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the first type of Virgo, the analyst, and explore how this Virgo's intellectual nature can be both a blessing and a challenge. But first, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Path to Buddhist Wisdom. Let's unlock the wisdom together. Let's begin by diving into the first type of Virgo, the analyst. Born between August 23 and September 1. This Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, and quick thinking. This planetary influence grants them extraordinary mental sharpness, an analytical mind, and remarkable communication abilities. Traits of the analyst. People born under this decanate are the embodiment of the classic Virgo archetype: analytical, meticulous, and methodical. They have an unparalleled ability to process information quickly and efficiently. Virgos of the first decanate often approach life like a puzzle that must be solved, with every piece fitting into place. This makes them excellent at problem solving, whether it's dealing with work-related tasks or personal challenges. Their ability to break down complex situations into simple, manageable steps is one of their defining characteristics. They are incredibly organized and love creating systems in both their professional and personal lives. This can manifest in a very structured daily routine, whether it's how they organize their work, their home, or even their social life. There is a profound sense of order and purpose that drives them, often making them feel more at ease in environments where everything is in its right place. Buddhist insight. The analyst Virgo's ability to bring structure to their lives can be likened to the Buddhist practice of mindfulness and organization of thought. Just as mindfulness involves observing thoughts without judgment or attachment, these Virgos instinctively observe the world around them, seeking ways to organize and simplify it for clarity and peace. It's this very pursuit of clarity and simplicity that can help them reduce mental clutter and gain insight into how they can enhance their lives. Strengths of the analyst. Intellectual sharpness. First decanate Virgos are sharp thinkers. They excel in environments that demand high cognitive abilities. Whether it's science, mathematics, research, or any career that requires critical thinking, they thrive in these roles because they have an inherent ability to grasp complex concepts with ease. Communication. Mercury's influence blesses them with a natural talent for clear and effective communication. Many first decanate Virgos excel in professions like writing, teaching, public speaking, or journalism. Their ability to express ideas clearly and concisely is highly valued in intellectual circles. Organizational skills. These Virgos excel at keeping things in order. They can organize a messy desk, a chaotic schedule, or even a team of people. Their strong organizational skills ensure that they complete tasks efficiently, often before deadlines. They have a unique ability to foresee the future needs of their projects and make sure everything falls into place smoothly. Personal insight. One of the most fascinating things about the analyst Virgos is their tendency to create an environment that promotes peace and efficiency. Their organized approach can teach us all something about balance. I've personally encountered Virgos in the workplace who bring clarity and calm, transforming overwhelming tasks into something manageable. It's remarkable how their approach to structuring life enhances their mental clarity. And it's a lesson we can all learn from. Challenges of the analyst. Perfectionism and self-criticism. While their desire for perfection can make them excel in many areas, it can also be their greatest downfall. Virgos in the first decanate tend to hold themselves, and often others, to impossibly high standards. When things don't meet their expectations, they can become overly critical, not only of others but also of themselves. Difficulty in relaxing. Because they are constantly striving for perfection, it's difficult for first decanate Virgos to take breaks. They are always looking for ways to improve themselves and their surroundings. This constant striving can lead to feelings of stress or anxiety as they feel they never quite measure up to their own high standards. Fear of imperfection. There is an inherent fear of imperfection in first decanate Virgos. This can result in self-doubt or a feeling of inadequacy, even when they have achieved a great deal. This perfectionistic mindset can hold them back from fully experiencing life and can even prevent them from embracing opportunities that come their way. Buddhist insight. The perfectionism that defines the analyst Virgo is an area where Buddhist teachings can truly help. In Buddhism, we learn that attachment to perfection creates suffering. Understanding that imperfections are natural parts of life and cultivating compassion for ourselves when we fall short can help Virgos overcome the tendency to be overly critical. As Buddhist teachings suggest, the middle path, accepting imperfections while striving for personal growth, is where true peace lies. The analyst in relationships. When it comes to relationships, first decanate Virgos can initially come off as reserved or distant. They tend to hold their emotions close and may struggle with opening up to others. However, once they trust someone, they become incredibly loyal and supportive partners. Their love language often manifests in acts of service, organizing their partner's schedule, offering practical advice, or helping solve their partner's problems. They are often happiest when they can make life easier for those they love. Their relationships tend to be built on intellectual compatibility and mutual respect. These Virgos value deep, meaningful conversations and prefer relationships that are grounded in rationality and shared goals. However, their tendency to keep their emotions guarded can sometimes lead to misunderstandings, especially if their partners desire more emotional openness. Personal insight. I've found that the analyst Virgos I've met are some of the most reliable friends. Their attention to detail and organized nature make them excellent at creating order in a chaotic situation. They also demonstrate deep loyalty, but it can take time for them to fully trust someone enough to open up emotionally. It's something to remember when forming relationships with them. They might show their care in more practical ways than emotional ones. Conclusion of Part 2. The analyst, born under the influence of Mercury, is a Virgo who thrives in structured, intellectual, and detail-oriented environments. Their strengths lie in their sharp minds, organizational abilities, and effective communication skills. However, their drive for perfection can sometimes hinder their personal growth, and they must learn to balance their high standards with self-compassion. In the next part of this video, we'll explore the sensitive Virgo, second decanate, whose influence is shaped by Venus. This Virgo type brings a creative, aesthetic sensitivity to the table, blending practicality with an appreciation for beauty. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into how this type of Virgo sees the world and approaches life with both intellect and heart. Welcome back. Now that we've explored the analyst Virgo, it's time to dive into the second decan of Virgo, the sensitive one. People born between September 2nd and September 11th fall under the influence of Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and harmony. Unlike the analytical nature of the first decanate, the sensitive Virgo combines practicality with an intuitive appreciation for beauty and emotional sensitivity. Traits of the sensitive one. Virgos born under the second decanate are unique in their ability to balance intellectual precision with a deep sensitivity to the world around them. While they still exhibit many of the practical and organized qualities of Virgo, Venus imparts a gentle, artistic touch to their personality. These Virgos are not only detail-oriented but are also attuned to aesthetics and beauty in all forms, whether through art, nature, or even the way things are arranged around them. The influence of Venus creates a soft, empathetic aura, making them more emotionally open than the more reserved first decanate Virgos. They have an innate understanding of the emotions of others, which can make them deeply compassionate and nurturing in their relationships. However, This heightened sensitivity can also leave them vulnerable to feeling overwhelmed or drained by negative energies or conflicts. Buddhist insight: the sensitive Virgo's deep connection to beauty and harmony is a reminder of the Buddhist teaching of interconnectedness. Everything, including beauty, is a reflection of the balance in the universe. Much like the practice of mindfulness, sensitive Virgos tend to seek out peaceful and aesthetically pleasing environments to maintain their emotional and mental well-being. By appreciating the beauty in the world around them, they can find moments of serenity and balance amidst the chaos of life. Strengths of the sensitive one. Artistic and aesthetic sensitivity. One of the most notable traits of second decan Virgos is their refined sense of aesthetics. They have an eye for beauty and are drawn to art, design, and nature. Their appreciation for balance and symmetry is often evident in their creative work, and many of them excel in fields like interior design, fashion, photography, or the visual arts. Their work often brings a unique harmony and grace, blending function with beauty. Attention to detail. While first decan Virgos are known for their intellectual precision, second decan Virgos take detail to a whole new level when it comes to beauty and form. Their ability to focus on the finer points of a project or task allows them to create masterpieces, whether in their art, their home decor, or their professional work. Empathy and emotional intelligence. The influence of Venus gives second decan Virgos a unique emotional sensitivity. They are incredibly in tune with the feelings of others and are often able to provide comfort and support when it's needed most. This makes them natural healers and caregivers. Their emotional awareness also helps them navigate social situations with grace and understanding. Personal insight. I've observed that second decan Virgos often possess a quiet but deep understanding of the world. Their creativity and empathetic nature allow them to form deep connections with others. They often use their talents to create beauty and harmony in their relationships. And it's this balance that can make them incredibly influential in the lives of those they care about. I once worked with a Virgo artist who would always make sure that their surroundings were peaceful, using soft colors and thoughtful design to foster creativity and relaxation. Challenges of the sensitive one. Indecisiveness. The quest for perfection in the realm of beauty can make the second decan Virgo indecisive. They may spend hours contemplating every small detail, unsure whether a choice truly aligns with their vision of perfection. This can lead to procrastination, as they feel the need to make everything just right before moving forward. Oversensitivity. While their emotional sensitivity is a strength in relationships, it can also be a vulnerability. The sensitive Virgo can absorb the emotions and negativity of others, which can leave them feeling drained or emotionally overwhelmed. This can make it difficult for them to cope with stressful situations or toxic environments. Struggling with balance. Because they are deeply in tune with beauty and harmony, second decan Virgos can sometimes struggle when things are out of balance. If a situation is not aligned with their vision of perfection, they can become frustrated or feel disconnected from the world around them. This is particularly true when they are unable to create or maintain an environment that feels peaceful and harmonious. Buddhist insight. The challenge of balance is one that many of us face, and it's something that Buddhist teachings address through the practice of equanimity. The sensitive Virgo's tendency to become overwhelmed by disharmony in their environment can be softened by learning to embrace the impermanence of life. Understanding that everything is constantly changing and that balance can be found within, rather than in the external world, is a valuable lesson for Virgos of this type. The sensitive one in relationships. In relationships, second decan Virgos are deeply devoted and loyal. Their ability to empathize with their partner's needs makes them incredibly nurturing. They may not always be the most expressive with words, but their actions speak louder than words. They show love through acts of service, offering support and creating a peaceful and beautiful space for their loved ones. However, their heightened emotional sensitivity can sometimes create challenges. When their expectations of harmony are disrupted, they may retreat into themselves or become passive-aggressive. Learning to communicate their needs and not absorb the negativity around them can help them build healthier, more balanced relationships. Personal insight. One of the most admirable qualities of second decan Virgos is their emotional generosity. They often know exactly what their loved ones need before they even ask. However, this same sensitivity means they can be easily hurt by criticism or conflict. In my experience, these Virgos benefit greatly from clear communication and from recognizing that perfection in relationships doesn't always mean peace at all times. It's about finding understanding in the moments of disagreement. Conclusion of Part 3. The sensitive one, born under the influence of Venus, is a Virgo who blends intellectual practicality with deep emotional sensitivity and an appreciation for beauty. Their strengths lie in their ability to create harmony in their surroundings, their empathetic nature, and their artistic talents. However, their quest for perfection, indecisiveness, and emotional vulnerability can sometimes create challenges in their personal and professional lives. In the next part of the video, we'll explore the hard worker, the third decan of Virgo, who is ruled by Saturn and embodies the qualities of discipline, perseverance, and responsibility. Stay tuned for this fascinating exploration into Virgo's hard-working nature, and how their sense of duty helps them excel in leadership roles. Welcome back. Now that we've explored the sensitive Virgo, it's time to dive into the final decan of Virgo, the hard worker. Those born between September 12th and September 22nd are influenced by Saturn, the planet of discipline, structure, and responsibility. This influence gives them a unique blend of determination, persistence, and a deep sense of duty, making them the true workhorses of the Virgo spectrum. Traits of the hard worker. Virgos born under the third decan are known for their incredible work ethic. While other Virgos may focus on detail or beauty, those under Saturn's rule take things a step further. They focus on building foundations and achieving long-term goals through hard work and dedication. They tend to be realists, seeing life as it is, with a grounded understanding of what it takes to succeed. This makes them extremely disciplined, practical, and goal-oriented. These Virgos are not easily distracted and have a remarkable ability to stay focused on their tasks. They approach life with a serious sense of responsibility, and this drive often leads them to take on leadership roles. When there's work to be done, the hard worker Virgo is the person you can count on to get it done, no matter how challenging or time-consuming the task may be. Buddhist insight. The hard worker Virgo's dedication can be seen through the Buddhist practice of diligence. Buddhism teaches us that persistence and determination are key to reaching our goals. But it also reminds us to maintain balance and compassion as we work toward these goals. These Virgos show us that, while hard work is essential, it is just as important to have a mindful and compassionate approach to the journey. Strengths of the hard worker. Exceptional work ethic. The most defining trait of the third decan Virgo is their unwavering dedication. They are not afraid of hard work and will put in the time and effort necessary to achieve their goals. Whether in a professional setting or personal pursuits, they approach every task with a seriousness that ensures success. Leadership and problem-solving skills. Saturn's influence makes these Virgos natural leaders. They have a no-nonsense attitude and are adept at solving complex problems. Their ability to break down a challenge and find a realistic, practical solution makes them valuable in leadership roles where strategy and practicality are key. Resilience and perseverance. Hard worker Virgos don't give up easily. Their determination allows them to push through difficult situations and setbacks. They see obstacles as temporary and remain committed to their objectives. This perseverance often inspires those around them to keep going, even when things seem tough. Personal insight: I've had the privilege of working alongside third decan Virgos. And their determination is nothing short of inspiring. They have this quiet strength that's evident in everything they do. Their ability to stick with a project, no matter how challenging, and their calm, methodical approach to problem solving make them natural leaders. If you want something done, give it to a hard worker Virgo. Challenges of the hard worker. Overbearing responsibility: the third decan Virgo's sense of duty is both a blessing and a curse. Their desire to take on responsibility can lead them to feel burdened, especially when they take on too much. They often believe that they need to handle everything themselves, which can result in stress and burnout. Their need for control can sometimes make them reluctant to delegate tasks or seek help from others. Self-criticism and perfectionism: much like other Virgos, the third decan Virgo can be overly self-critical. They hold themselves to incredibly high standards and can be harsh when they don't meet those expectations. This tendency can create feelings of frustration, self-doubt, and even burnout when they fail to achieve perfection. Neglecting personal relationships: the intense focus on their work can cause these Virgos to neglect their personal lives. They may become so absorbed in their goals that they forget to nurture their relationships with friends and family. Balancing work with personal life is an ongoing challenge for hard worker Virgos. Buddhist insight: the third decan Virgo's challenge with responsibility and self-criticism mirrors the Buddhist concept of attachment. In Buddhism, we learn that attachment to the outcome of our actions, whether in our work or relationships, can lead to suffering. The hard worker Virgo can benefit from cultivating non-attachment to the results of their hard work, allowing themselves to release the burden of perfection and accept the flow of life without undue pressure. The hard worker in relationships. In relationships, the hard worker Virgo is loyal, responsible, and deeply committed. They believe in supporting their partner and ensuring that their relationship thrives. They are the type of person who will go above and beyond to take care of their loved ones, even if it means sacrificing their own personal time. However, their intense focus on work can sometimes cause them to overlook the emotional needs of their partner. Their partner must understand that while they are dedicated to the relationship, their Virgo partner may sometimes need space to focus on their goals. Communication and understanding are key when it comes to keeping the balance between work and relationships. Once the hard worker Virgo feels supported and understood, they are incredibly devoted and reliable. Personal insight: in my experience, third decan Virgos are incredible partners. They show love through their dedication and actions, even if they aren't always the most emotionally expressive. However, it's important to understand that they often feel the weight of responsibility on their shoulders. The best way to support them is through patience and understanding, recognizing that they may sometimes get lost in their work. Conclusion of Part 4. The hard worker, born under the influence of Saturn, is the tendency to take on too much responsibility, and their self-critical nature can lead to burnout and stress. Learning to balance work with personal care and relationships is crucial for them to maintain their well-being. In the final part of our video, we'll recap the 3 types of Virgo and explore how understanding these unique Virgo types can lead to greater self-awareness, growth, and mindfulness. Stay tuned for a final reflection on how to embrace the wisdom of each decan to unlock your true potential. Welcome back to the final part of our exploration into the 3 types of Virgo. So far, we've discovered the unique traits of the analyst, the sensitive one, and the hard worker. Each of these Virgo types brings something special to the table, offering valuable insights into how we can embrace our own strengths and overcome our challenges. Recap of the 3 types of Virgo. The analyst, August 23 to September 1, ruled by Mercury. This Virgo type is sharp, intellectual, and analytical. They excel in environments that require critical thinking and organization. Their challenge lies in their perfectionism and the pressure they put on themselves to Once you recognize your strengths and weaknesses, you can begin to embrace your best qualities and work on improving the areas where you struggle. For instance, if you identify with the analyst Virgo, you might focus on managing your perfectionism and learning to embrace imperfection in yourself and others. If you are more of the sensitive one, learning to set emotional boundaries and not absorb the negativity around you can be crucial for your well-being. For the hard worker, balancing work with self-care and relationships is key to avoiding burnout. Buddhist insight. Buddhism teaches us that self-awareness is the first step toward enlightenment. Understanding our own nature allows us to see the patterns of our behavior and tendencies. And from there, we can practice mindfulness and compassion to change them. Just as the Virgo decanids teach us to understand our own strengths and weaknesses, Buddhist wisdom encourages us to develop insight into our own minds, to see clearly, and to grow. How to embrace these traits for a better life? Balance your perfectionism. If you are someone who resonates with the analyst Virgo, the lesson is to embrace imperfection and practice compassionate self-acceptance. Don't let the quest for perfection hold you back from experiencing life. Sometimes, the most beautiful things come from embracing the flaws and uncertainties around us. Set emotional boundaries. For the sensitive Virgo, understanding that not every emotion or situation is yours to absorb is crucial. Mindful detachment can help you stay grounded and protect your emotional energy. Seek out environments that nourish your spirit. And don't be afraid to take breaks when things get overwhelming. Find work-life balance. As the hard worker Virgo, your challenge is to recognize when you are taking on too much. It's important to remember that you don't have to do everything yourself. Learning to delegate tasks and make time for rest and relationships can help you stay energized and happy. Stories of Virgo's wisdom in action. To bring these lessons to life, let me share a couple of examples. The analyst Virgo. I once worked with a Virgo colleague who was known for their sharp mind and ability to solve even the most complex problems. However, their drive for perfection sometimes led to stress, especially when things didn't go as planned. Through mindful reflection, they learned to accept imperfection and found that they could be just as effective by allowing space for creativity and flexibility in their work. The sensitive Virgo, a close friend of mine, a second Decan Virgo, is an artist with an incredible eye for beauty. However, they often struggled with emotional overwhelm when surrounded by negativity. After learning about setting emotional boundaries and seeking balance, they found a sense of peace by creating more peaceful, nurturing spaces in their life. They were able to continue pursuing their passion for art without the emotional exhaustion. The hard worker Virgo, a Virgo I know who works in leadership roles, exemplifies the hard-working nature of this deson. Their ability to tackle challenges head-on is truly inspiring. However, they've also learned the hard way the importance of work-life balance. By recognizing when to take a step back and delegate tasks, they've been able to thrive both personally and professionally. Conclusion: unlocking your potential. As we've seen, each Virgo deson offers a unique set of strengths and challenges. But ultimately, the key to unlocking your true potential lies in understanding yourself and embracing balance. Whether you're an analyst, a sensitive one, or a hard worker, each type brings something powerful to the world. And just like the teachings of Buddhism, understanding these traits can lead to greater peace, harmony, and wisdom in all aspects of your life. By embracing your strengths, acknowledging your challenges, and cultivating mindfulness and compassion, you can create a path toward true self-improvement and inner peace. So, no matter what type of Virgo you are, remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about growing, every single day, with awareness, understanding, and love. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has provided you with insights into the 3 types of Virgo and how understanding these traits can help you on your path to personal growth. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Path to Buddhist Wisdom for more content on astrology, self-improvement, and Buddhist teachings. Until next time, stay mindful, stay compassionate, and keep growing.